Okay guys, welcome to P226nut's channel. Tonight we're going to do something a little different. We're outside. I'm going to be showing you what night sights are all about and why I choose them. I have here a weapon light that I'm lighting this with to kind of, I don't know, show a little bit of difference a little bit later on. This is going to be freehand, so I apologize for the shaking. But here in just a second it should become very apparent to you why you need night sights. Okay? You're not going to be able to see much out here. I picked now while we have snow because it will reflect a little bit and you might actually be able to see something on camera as opposed to nothing. But I can assure you it's quite bright out here right now. Anyway, let's get to it. I'm going to turn the light off, and our guns here are an old World War II in 1911 and a SIG with night sights. I'll show you what they look like. The 1911 should be pretty funny. Okay, lights out. That is a snow-covered field over there. You can sort of see. I'm a little blinded by the light. Let me grab the guns. Okay. I think you guys can sort of see. This is the 1911. That's against a white background. Let's try black. Fucking nothing. Okay. Let's try the SIG with night sights. Wow, look at that. Even against the black background. Okay, back to the 1911 again. I can't hold them side by side, but I mean, shit, just look at that. You can't see the sights at all on the 1911. I mean, it does have the tiniest sights known to man, and there is no light. But, I mean, just look at the difference. It's huge. Night sights are a game changer. Okay? Like weapon lights, night vision, all the rest of this shit. Any of these are just total game changers when it comes to shooting at night. I don't have a weapon light on this because it's a carry gun. I don't even have a rail on it because it's a carry gun. If it was a house gun, I would want the weapon light, and I'm gonna do that down the road. And just to be fair, I'm gonna try to do a shot of the iron sights with a weapon light on. Let's see. It's getting tricky. See, you can make out the sights pretty good. Let's try it with the light in front of the gun. If I can get it to do that, where it's not on the sights. You can still see those sights. So if you have a weapon light, night sights aren't really necessary. If you don't have a weapon light though, you should have night sights and a handheld light. And that's my option on this thing, to be honest with you, is night sights with a handheld weapon light, which when I'm not holding the camera is a whole lot easier to do. Night sights typically run somewhere between maybe $75 on the low end to maybe $200 on the ridiculous side. At any price, they're worth their weight in gold. They're not like, I wouldn't own a gun unless it had night sights. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if you have the $75 or whatever for a set of XS big dots or Glock factory night sights or whatever they happen to be, I would definitely spend that money on them. Sorry, now you're kind of looking at a black screen, but my hands are getting cold. I'm having to switch back and forth. Anyway, you can see quite a bit out here, even through this camera, which cameras suck at night. The reason you can see pretty well out here right now is, even with the camera, is because of the white snow, and we have a pretty big full moon out. Even without the moon though, it's plenty bright enough to see with just night sights, in my opinion. The only real issue with not having the light is that whole shadowy area over there. someone could theoretically be hiding in and you couldn't see them. It's a lot easier to camouflage in the shadows. But if it's like a dude standing right there, no, he's not gonna see you. I don't know if you can see the dog over there or not. He's about 20 yards. Come on, move. He's just standing there now. Anyway, weapon lights are nice if you can get them. Night sights are almost a requirement for me, especially if you're fighting in the dark. Okay. Night vision is, even further down the pike. It would be nice to have, but I would honestly rather have none of it than have cheap ass shit that I can't rely upon. And if you're wondering, well, what should I get to fight at night with? I would buy high quality flashlights and night sights. I would not bother with night vision. That's just my opinion, and people like James Yeager will disagree with me, but you have to understand where James Yeager's coming from. He's coming from an area of unlimited budget and being in a night vision class where they put you in a total blackout scenario, which is a little different than this. This is reality, okay, out here, where, I can see pretty good except in the shadows. And if I can find my weapon light again. I don't remember what pocket I put it in. Let's illuminate a little bit. You can see in the shadows just fine if you have a light. And you can even do it pretty far away. I mean, that tree's 30 yards. There's the dog. I mean, sorry, I just kind of stopped talking there. 30 yards is pretty far at night, and this light will do a lot further than that. I mean, we could come over here and look at a tree 150 yards away. I don't know if the camera will pick it up or not. Hey, there it is. That green tree right there is 150 yards. And that is with a Surefire X300. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's not like a crazy big light. This is an itty bitty pocket light to put on the front of a handgun. And it can see 150 yards away very well. Through the camera it doesn't look like much. I'm talking more like as far as you being able to see it and shoot it, especially through a magnified optic where you have light gathering potential. It's awesome. See what else I want to talk about. Fuck. Oh, lights on handguns versus lights on rifles for me. Lights on a rifle, mandatory. Every rifle should have some sort of capability of light mounting, unless it's just like a history piece. Something like a Mosin Nagant or an M1 Garand that you just own because it's fun. If its purpose is actually, defending you, there should be a way to put a light on it, because rifles take 2 hands, pistols take 1. Okay, you might say, no, you need both hands for a pistol. Nah, not really. You could definitely do a one-handed pistol with a flashlight and be perfectly fine. And in fact, it's cheaper, and a lot of people would tell you better because you don't have to point the flashlight at the intruder. I'm sorry, you don't have to point your gun at the intruder while wielding your flashlight towards him or whatever. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm getting fucking cold. I'm out here without a jacket and it's like 20 degrees. Anyway, you don't have to point your gun and flashlight at him at the same time. You can choose to do one or the other independently. And a lot of people would say that's a good, thing. I'm not that big of a believer in that, because that flashlight, here, let me show you again. That flashlight has this kind of halo effect. See, there's the big bright spot. That's where your muzzle's pointing. Then there's that whole ring of light that you can see off in the distance. You know, it has a lot of flood to it. That's, you know, it gives you a way to see the entire room inside your house without having to point your gun at the fucker. Anyway, whole point of this video is night sights rock. Go buy them. They're totally worth the $75 to $100 that they typically bring. And if you can get something like this thing cheap, this is the Surefire again. We're going to use its reflection against itself. Anyway, if you can get something like that cheap, go for it. I would not buy a light that's not made by Streamlight or Surefire, though. That's just my opinion. I own a Phoenix TK11, and it's a great light. But it, you know, looking back on it, it was $75 or $100, and you can get really nice Surefires. You can get really nice Streamlights for about $100. Okay, and you can get, you know, some handheld Streamlights for like $40-50 that could be readily mounted to a gun that are awesome lights. The ProTac series comes to mind. There are a couple other ones too. I would definitely go that route before I spent, you know, $300 or $400 on a Surefire. The Surefire I just showed you is $200 new. I paid $100 for it at a pawn shop. I think it's worth every penny of that $100. I don't think it's worth $200 like what they asked for it. The TRL1S by Streamlight is my favorite light, and it's like $110, and it's worth every penny of that. It's a great light. The Surefire is superior, in my opinion, but it's not $100 worth of superior. The couple of things you get are not worth the extra money. Well, this has been P226nut. I hope you enjoyed this video out here in the dark. It's, yeah, not my normal thing, but it definitely illustrates the point I was trying to make, and that is, night sights are awesome, and just go buy some. The SIG, which we'll show you one more time, is just, you know, it owns out here. You could totally shoot this thing through this camera out here with just these sights, provided you could see whatever the hell you're shooting at. Which with this camera would be kind of hard to do. But, you know, with the naked eye out here, I can see all the way across the yard. I can see that tree 150 yards away out here. It's pretty bright. I think a lot of people don't realize exactly how bright it is outside at night. Okay, it depends on where you are and the conditions out. Like, if this was completely overcast, it'd be dark as shit out here. And if the moon was gone, it would be considerably darker. But you can see that star over there. You know, there's still going to be light out here, even without the moon and all that crap. Anyway, I've rambled on enough. Be sure to subscribe and thumbs up the video. You can sort of see that. Hey, look, we have a visibility of like 2 inches from the camera. Yay! I'll see you guys later. Bye.